Welcome back to Nature's Flora. Today I have something completely out of the ordinary, yet absolutely fascinating: worm charming. Yes, you heard that right. There's an actual sport where people use simple tools and clever techniques to literally summon worms out of the ground. There are competitions, records, and even a worm charming world championship, where participants test their skill to see who can coax the most worms to the surface. Before we dive deep, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your fellow nature enthusiasts, leave a comment about your experiences or questions, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our hands-on adventures in the natural world. Now, let's jump right in and explore the quirky, surprisingly rewarding world of worm charming. The first thing to understand about worm charming is that it's not magic, it's science and observation combined. Worms respond to vibrations, changes in soil moisture, and temperature shifts, which is why they naturally appear more often after rainfall. The sport takes this instinct and amplifies it with clever tools and techniques. The most iconic tool is a worm charming stick, often a wooden rod with ridges carved into one side. This stick, when rubbed against the ground or used to create rhythmic vibrations, sends signals through the soil that mimic the movements worms naturally respond to. The goal is to create a sensation in the soil that convinces the worms there's something approaching, usually interpreted as a threat, like a mole, prompting them to surface. While some people purchase ready-made worm-charming sticks online, making one yourself can be a deeply satisfying process and gives you a hands-on connection to the craft. Start with a sturdy piece of wood, like an old branch or a discarded shovel handle. Trim it to a manageable size, then carve a series of evenly spaced ridges along one side. These ridges are essential for creating the vibrations that draw worms up. Sharpen one end into a gentle point so you can push it lightly into the soil without harming the worms. This process alone is meditative. Spending time outside whittling wood, shaping it with care, allows you to engage with the natural world long before you even attempt your first worm charm. Timing and location play a huge role in success. Worms are naturally more active in moist soil, so trying your technique after a rain or watering your patch lightly can dramatically improve your chances. Soil that is loose and rich in organic matter tends to produce the best results. As you tap, rub, or jiggle your stick into the ground, focus on consistent, rhythmic movements. It's almost like learning to dance with the soil itself. Your vibrations travel through the earth, reaching the worms beneath. Worm charming is as much about patience as it is about technique. It's not unusual to wait for several seconds, or even minutes, before a worm finally emerges. One of the fascinating discoveries in this field is that worms are nocturnal by nature and, interestingly, cannot detect red light. This insight opens up a whole new level of worm charming after dark. Using low-intensity red lights or night vision can allow you to continue charming worms without startling them. Observing the worms in these conditions reveals a surprising amount about their behavior and reactions to vibrations, light, and movement. As you gain experience, you start noticing patterns. Some worms emerge almost immediately in response to vibrations, while others are slower, maybe sensing that the disturbance isn't a real threat. Success can feel, honestly, pretty exhilarating. Catching your first worm without prior experience is thrilling. It's a direct reward for careful observation and gentle manipulation of the environment. Over time, you may find yourself experimenting with different stick shapes, varying your rhythm, or adjusting soil moisture to coax bigger, more adventurous worms from the earth. Worm charming may seem like a simple pastime, but it's also a gateway to understanding broader ecological relationships. Worms play an essential role in soil health, aeration, and nutrient cycling. By observing their behavior, gardeners, educators, and naturalists gain practical insights into soil quality and ecosystem health. Engaging with these creatures also encourages a gentle, respectful interaction with the natural world, highlighting patience, observation, and curiosity as key skills in both gardening and environmental stewardship. Finally, worm charming is about community and shared discovery. Whether it's friendly competition with friends, participating in local events, or simply exploring your backyard, the joy comes from the challenge and the learning process. Each worm that surfaces is not just a small victory. It's an opportunity to connect more deeply with the soil beneath your feet and the creatures that inhabit it. So, if you're ready to try worm charming, start small, practice regularly, and observe carefully. Use what you have around you to craft your own tools, explore different soil patches, and experiment with nighttime techniques. Celebrate the small wins and learn from each attempt. Because the real reward is not just in the worms you catch, but in the skill, patience, and knowledge you develop along the way. Before you go, remember to like this video if you enjoyed our adventure into worm charming. Share it with fellow nature enthusiasts. Leave a comment about your own experiences or questions, and subscribe to Nature's Flora so we can continue exploring the incredible secrets of the natural world together. Keep observing, keep experimenting, and keep finding joy in the little wonders beneath your feet.